Everyone. Today we came to Gyeongbokgung Palace. Gyeongbokgung Palace is one of the greatest palaces in Korea. It is located in Seoul. It is so beautiful, and let's have a tour inside and enjoy. This is the main gate for entering the palace. The whole area is so big, and we can see the mountains. The palace is surrounded by mountains. As we can see, most of the buildings inside are made of painted woods. Palace was built in 1395 by Joseon dynasty. As you can see, the same as the other palace that we visited, the architecture is somehow related to that dynasty. I heard that after rebuilding here, Chinese also were involved in making this palace. This palace was once, when Japanese attacked Korea, was burnt completely. But after a while, I think after 200 years, they rebuilt this palace again. And now we can see it is almost same as what in the history was mentioned about this palace. One of the points is that this palace is surrounded by Bugoksan and Inwongsan mountains. So these days, if you go hiking on top of these two mountains, you can see palace from the top, and the view is amazing. I suggest you for sure, go hiking there and see the palace from the top.
Hey Gigi,
Yeah.
do you know what does it mean for the Gyeongbokgung Palace?
As I studied and read about it, Gyeongbok, the word means greatly blessed by heaven. So Gyeongbok Palace means the palace that is greatly blessed by heaven. So the name is so beautiful, and when you come here, you really have a special feeling. Maybe because of the architecture and also mountains around. I like mountains, and I think mountains have a strong feeling. That's why when I came here, I had a really nice feeling. Here is Gyeongbokgung Hall of Gyeongbok Palace. That's one of the main and the central building here. This is where the officials greeted the king, and most of the ceremonies, most of the greetings and the guests were invited here to see the king.
This is 사정문, one of the gate. This is Sejong Hall. In this hall, the king had mostly the morning meetings with the officials, with governors, and they made some discussions and decisions about political issues here. 만춘전. 천추전. 강영전.
Gyeongbokgung. Uh, as I can mention, in the past, the king and the queen had separate residences. So here is specifically for the king. He used to work here and used here for studying and for discussing about the political issues or the subjects related to he himself.
이래야 되니까 장비가 거의 완전
Here is Gyeongbokgung Hall for the queen.
This is a Hamwonjeon.
During the reign of King Sejong, Buddhist events were often held. It was used by the king to conduct business, such as examining Confucian scholars or examining the gates of King Gojong during the reign of King Gojong.
Humgyeonggak.
This building is called Gyeongbokgung. The interesting point about these two buildings are that during that dynasty, the king did many scientific researches, and also they invented some scientific devices such as water clock. Also, as I read, there were some astronomical like observations and researches that were done here.
Amisan.
These are the Amisans, and you can see some chimneys there. These chimneys just illustrate the grace of the queen.